Hello everyone and welcome to another video. So today in this video we're taking a look at this. This is the Amazon Basics brand of 128GB pen drive, flash drive or thumb drive. You can refer it to with whatever name you want. And this is a USB 3.1 pen drive. This came in this very simple generic packaging as with similar to many other products from Amazon Basics. And as you can see, this is how it looks. Not much to the packaging, very small. This is the 128GB version. I think this is also available in 256GB version. So without any further delay, let me just open this and see what we get in the box. So this is the simple packaging. Inside you will get this small tray. Here is the pen drive, and inside you will get a small manual. That's pretty much what you get inside the box. Here's a picture of the pen drive USB 3.1 interface. And if I open it, you will see they're just telling you how to plug this in. It kind of looks like a screwdriver, but this is the pen drive. Anyways, this is pretty much what you get in the box. Let's take the pen drive out. So that was the packaging, and here is the pen drive itself. So as you can see on the pen drive, you will see that there is the 128GB written here. On here you will see that Amazon Basics is also written here. As with many other products, this is also manufactured in China. So there is that. Here is the swivel mechanism. So you can press this down and move it forward. You will hear the click and your USB 3.0, 3.1 port will come out. This is your USB 3.1 port, blue colored port, and you can again it doesn't go in just like that. You'll have to press the button and then it will go in without any problem. The body from the outside feels like it is made with plastic, and the middle part is made with some kind of a metal. The lanyard hole is also big enough, although it also feels kind of plastic or aluminum. I'm not sure. It's not very easy to tell by just looking or holding the pen drive in the hand. So that's pretty much about the body of the pen drive. It looks fairly modern, black color design. And if you want to measure this, here is a small tape measure, so you can get an idea that this is just about 2 inches in length. If you include the size of the lanyard hole as well, this will give you a couple of more millimeters or so. And this is the thickness. So there is that. So that's pretty much about the physical appearance and the mechanism of the pen drive. The mechanism feels really nice. You will hear the click. Very easy to carry. Doesn't come with any cap, so you don't have to worry about losing the cap. So let me just plug this in the computer. Let's see how much capacity, actual storage we get in this pen drive, and what is the speed we get out of this pen drive. Alright guys, so let us plug in our Amazon Basics 128GB pen drive, and here is my computer. I've got USB 3.0 ports here, and I've got USB 2.0 ports here. So I will plug the pen drive in both the ports and I will test the speed. So let us start with the USB 3.0 ports first. So let me just bring my pen drive in and see what is the speed we are getting on Crystal Disk Mark. And by the way, the motherboard that I'm using is the Asus Prime H510ME, and the processor that I'm running here is the Intel i5-11400. So let's plug in the pen drive in the USB 3.0 port first. Here goes the pen drive in the USB 3.0 port. It's plugged in. There is no LED on the pen drive. As of now, I don't see any LEDs. So pen drive is plugged in. Let's see what happens in the computer. So our pen drive is detected. If I show you and I go there, you will see that it is displaying our USB device. If I zoom it in, you will be able to see that it says USB device detected. Now let us check what is the exact capacity we get out of this 128GB drive. So if I go to my PC or this PC, you will see that there is our drive. And if I zoom it in, you will be able to see that out of the 128GB, we're only getting 116GB of free space. If I right click on the properties and go there, you will see that we are getting about 116GB of usable space out of 128GB of this pen drive. So this is the usable space on this pen drive. Okay, so now let us open Crystal Disk Mark and see what is the speed we are getting on the USB 3.0 port. So here is the Crystal Disk Mark. Let me zoom out a little bit. So there is it. So let us start the test and we'll come back when the test is finished, and that will tell us what is the speed we are getting on a USB 3.0 ports. So let me click on all. Now the test is running, and now let us come back when the test is finished. Connected the pen drive on the USB 3.0 ports on my motherboard. Alright, so the test is finished, and as you can see, these are the results we are getting. These are very respectable results comparing it to the other pen drives that I've seen in the market. Usually the read speed is very good on many pen drives that are available in the market. So on this one, it is also very good. 154 megabytes per second sequential read speed is very good. So you can read very big files such as videos. You can directly play videos off of the pen drive without any problem. Let's come back to the random read speed, which is slower. So if you're reading bunch of small files from the pen drive, this will take a little longer. Coming on to the write speed, when you are putting data on the pen drive, we're also getting 44 megabytes per second, which is also very, very good. Of course, on the random write speed, we're getting slower speed when we are writing small files onto the pen drive. This will take a little longer, but overall this is a very good score on the USB 3.0 port. So this was my test of the Amazon Basics 128 GB pen drive on the USB 3.0 port. And if I hold the pen drive, if I touch the pen drive again, the pen drive is not getting very warm. It's not at all warm at all. So the temperature wise, the pen drive is also very good. So now let us, what we are going to do now is I'm going to connect the pen drive from the USB 3.0 port onto the USB 2.0 port. So let me remove the pen drive from the USB 3.0 ports. The pen drive is now removed from the USB 3.0 port. Now let us plug in the USB 2.0 port. Pen drive is plugged in. Again, there is no LED which lets you know whether the pen drive is working or not. So an LED, if they had included an LED on the pen drive, that would have been really nice. So let us come back to the computer again. These were my previous results. Let me restart the Crystal Disk Mark. Let us open the Crystal Disk Mark again. Crystal Disk Mark opened again. There is the window of the Crystal Disk Mark. Let us start the test on the USB 2.0 port. Let me click on all. And now we will come back when the test is finished, and then we will be able to compare what is the speed we are getting on USB 2.0 port while using the Amazon Basics pen drive, and compare it to the USB 3.0 port. And this will also give you an idea how this pen drive will perform on the computers of people who do not have a USB 3.0 port. So if you have a very old computer which only has USB 2.0 ports, this test will give you a rough idea how the pen drive will perform. Again, the Crystal Disk Mark, at least that setting that I'm using, will give you a test in the very ideal conditions. Real-time testing will give you a little less speed than what the Crystal Disk Mark shows you here. So let us wait for the test to finish, and then we will come back when the test is completely done. Alright, so test on the USB 2.0 port is also finished, and as you can see, these are the results we're getting, and these are also respectable results. Also tested the Kingston pen drive and SanDisk pen drive previously, and we're getting pretty much similar results compared to the SanDisk, and the SanDisk pen drive did really well. So these are very respectable results on the read speed on the USB 2.0 port. So if you have an old computer or you are using the pen drive on a USB 2.0 port, these are the speeds you can expect from the pen drive. So reading is still decent. You may not be able to play very very high quality videos off of the pen drive, but it will still work. On the write speed, we are still getting very respectable write speed. Kingston performed really bad in this regard, but Amazon Basics is doing much better than the Kingston one, so there is that. So these are my results on the USB 2.0 ports while using the Amazon Basics pen drive, and again I'm touching the pen drive and the pen drive is still not getting very warm. So that was pretty much the synthetic testing of the pen drive. Let us do a real world test of this pen drive. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take an original file from my computer. Let me close this window. So as you can see, if I open this folder here, you will see I've got this file here, and if I right click on there, go to properties, you will see that the file that I'm using is about 1.08 GB. So this is about a 1 GB of file, and we will see how long this file takes to transfer from my computer onto the pen drive. And at the moment I'm using USB 2.0 ports, so this will give us the write speed of the pen drive. So let me just click on here. Let me click on send to, click on USB-E, and before I do that, let me zoom out a little bit so that we can see, because it may happen really quickly. So 1 2 3, go. It is running. Here is the transfer window. We're transferring a 1 GB file on the USB 2.0 port. 10 seconds. So in the beginning we got really bad speed, but at the moment you can see we're getting a consistent about 20-24 megabytes per second transfer speed. The time is about 55 seconds and the transfer is still happening. We're transferring a 1 GB of file from my computer onto the pen drive. So let us see how long it takes to transfer a 1 GB file from the computer to the pen drive. So it is almost done. So as you can see, it took about 1 minute and 12 seconds to transfer a 1 GB of file from the computer onto the pen drive. So this was the writing test of the pen drive using the USB 2.0 port. Let us do this same test again using the USB 3.0 port. So let me connect the pen drive back from the USB 2.0 port to the USB 3.0 port. To do the same test again, pen drive is now connected in the USB 3.0 ports. Let's come back to the computer again and let us do the same test again. So let me select the same file again. Here is the file that we tested before. So let me again right click on the file and click on send to. And before I click on send to, let me bring in my timer. Let me zoom out a little bit so that we can see what is the time we are getting. So here is the timer. So let me just click on here. 1 2 3 go. The timer is now running and as you can see, we're getting decent speed. So we're getting about 32 megabytes per second. This is the actual speed, and this is the reason why I told you in the beginning that oftentimes synthetic benchmarks do not tell us the proper picture. When we actually test the device, that's when we get to know how the device is actually performing. In some computer, this pen drive will perform much better, but in here, as you can see, this is how it is performing. We're still 33 seconds, and I will stop now. So as you can see, it took about 34 seconds, almost half of what it took on the USB 2.0 port. So on the USB 3.0 port, it took 34 seconds to transfer a 1 GB of file from my computer onto the pen drive. I'm not going to be testing the read speed with the timer because read speed on pen drives these days is very good on almost any brand pen drives. Doesn't matter which brand you buy, read speed is almost very good on almost all the pen drives. So there was the testing of the Amazon Basics 128 GB pen drive connected with the USB 2.0 port as well as the USB 3.0 port. We tested the speed on the Crystal Disk Mark, and we also transferred a 1 GB of file from the computer onto the pen drive using both the ports, USB 2.0 as well as USB 3.0. Hopefully this will give you a decent idea whether this pen drive will be good for you or not. So there you go guys, this was my video on the Amazon Basics of 128 GB pen drive. Decent design, came in this very simple packaging, very budget friendly option. I got this for about 738 rupees on a sale from Amazon.in, that is about $9 to $10 US. This is only available in black color, and I think it is only available in two sizes, a 128 GB and a 256 GB version. The click feels very nice, swivel design. It clicks very distinct click, so it's not going to be go anywhere. Caplet design, so you don't have to worry about losing the cap. We tested the pen drive on the USB 2.0 as well as the USB 3.0 ports, and hopefully all those tests will give you a decent idea whether you should purchase this pen drive or not. So that brings us to the end of this video. I hope you find this video helpful. Thanks for watching, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye bye.